All right, so you're a new rider or you just got your license. You passed your MSF course, but are you really road ready? Let's talk about it. What's up guys, welcome back to Komodo Vlogs. Today I'm gonna tell you guys the top 5 things I do as a new rider before jumping on my Rebel 300. Yeah, you guys already know the drill. I don't know how to YouTube, so notes. All right, I'm no expert, I'm a new rider myself, but in the process of getting my license and then actually getting out on the road, I've kind of broken down the process into a couple things I think are really important to do before actually getting on your bike. And I can feel that. I wonder if sunglasses would be better. Sunglasses cooler? Does that help my face not squint so much? So I just shared my first little adventure with you guys where I took myself to an all-women's car show, and it was just the coolest thing ever, getting to experience that level of freedom and independence and ride by myself, and it was just everything I've ever wanted out of owning a motorcycle. But before that trip, I took a couple other small trips on roads that I was more comfortable with, and I took my boyfriend Birch with me so he could kind of lead the way.
You're like a real biker, huh?
I feel cool.
You should.
For the kiddos. Oh, this is the tree tunnel. This is where he takes every picture of every bike he's ever had. I literally can't tell with this new exhaust what gear I should really be in.
Oh, this is your first time riding with the risers.
Yeah, I know.
How's it feel?
It's a game changer.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't so scary.
Right.
Wow. $8 for a full tank. I'll take that. All right, now this road is the absolute definition of look where you want to go, because if you don't, you are gonna be in the woods, my friend.
You look so badass.
Thanks. Oh my god, it just doesn't get better than this. It just does not get better than this. I could cry. This bridge has a lot of meaning to me, and here I am crossing it on my motorcycle.
I'm proud of you. This is the first time you ever rode downtown.
During these rides, I was really able to break down what I was experiencing into categories, and I came up with 5 distinguishable things I think everyone should consider before deeming themselves road ready. That's sweat dripping down my back. I thought it was an ant. All right, number 1, and I could argue this as the most important, it's your mental state. Your mental state cannot affect your riding. If you don't feel focused that day, if you're angry that day, if you're sad that day, my vote as a new rider is to not ride. Okay, so what about anxiety? What about nerves? Why are those emotions so separate from something like anger? Anger is like a reactive emotion, right? So you're pissed off, you're having a terrible day, you are absolutely gonna get on your bike and you're gonna do 80. So why is anxiety and nervousness different? To me, those are workable emotions. To me, I can break them down, I can find a solution and not let that impact how I'm riding that day.
So right now in my head I'm pretty nervous, but nervous and excitement your body interprets the same way.
Okay, so breaking it down, what does that mean? You gotta think about what portion of the ride makes you nervous, makes you anxious. Is it just getting on your bike at all? Is it feeling like your skill level is not quite there yet? Is it maybe just the specific route you don't know well enough? Is your bike too heavy? Are you worried about falling or tipping over? But all of these things you can find a solution for. So in your head, if you're thinking, okay, well, I know that this turn makes me really nervous and I don't quite feel like my skill level is there yet, you're not ready. Don't ride. Get your butt back to the parking lot and keep practicing. But I would also vote, if you're sitting there and thinking, okay, that turn makes me nervous, but I feel like I can try today, then do it. You gotta balance that like road confidence with not being cocky. I don't know if I like how I'm explaining this.
I don't want to use the word confident because that feels dangerous.
I don't even know what that means. You should feel confident riding down here.
I don't want to be overconfident.
I think the conclusion on that is basically really have that chat with yourself. Decide what your mental space is for that day. And if you decide after all of that chatting with yourself that maybe the ride is making you too nervous or too anxious and you don't feel like you're going to ride to the best of your ability and you decide that you just might not be ready for that route, that's okay. You made the safest choice for yourself that day. It's really all about just trying not to ride outside of your skill level while also still learning. Okay, so we've had our little mental chat and now it's time to move on to number 2, the physical state. How is my body feeling today? Am I sore? Am I tired? Do I need more sleep? Do I need more caffeine? Do I need less caffeine? And more importantly, when I go out to ride wherever I'm going, am I gonna have enough energy reserved over to make it back without my fatigue distracting me? Meaning, am I gonna be thinking a lot about how my neck is hurting because the wind has gotten me this entire ride? Am I gonna be solely focused on my shoulders and my back hurting because I've ridden too far today? Your fatigue should not distract you. Gear also plays a big factor here, and a lot of people are probably gonna disagree with me, but remember, this is all my opinion as a new rider. Gear should not impact your visibility, meaning I have a couple of jackets, riding jackets, and sometimes I'll take the lining out of my main one and wear a hoodie underneath because it keeps me a little bit warmer. I've learned that a couple of my hoodie jacket combinations really affect my visibility, meaning that when I'm turning to merge, I don't have full visibility over my shoulder. This can really add to both fatigue and frustration when riding. And here's the part people are going to disagree with me, but if that gear is making you overheat, that's all I'll say on that note. Consider that your gear is a huge factor and can make that fatigue worse. Just make the choice that you think is best for you and safest for you. All right, the next two things I consider kind of go hand in hand, but we're gonna talk about your organization as a new rider as well as your route and your planning. In terms of organization, the last thing you wanna be doing on a ride is thinking, shoot, did I forget my wallet? Do I have my purse? Do I have everything I need for the day? While you're looking at a 30-mile-an-hour blind curve ahead of you. You really should have a checklist of the things you want to bring with you on a ride and how you'll carry them. For me so far, I should probably get the tank bag, huh? So for me, that's been a tank bag. It's super easy, it's super convenient. It literally peels on and off. This specific tank bag also allows me to route a charger cable up through and attach to my quad lock on my phone, so it's one less thing to worry about. If I'm out riding all day, I'm not worrying about my battery percentage. So far, I'm liking this over a backpack. As a new rider, the last thing I want, again, is that feeling of like being constricted by gear or too many things on my body. I want to just be able to focus on what's in front of me and that's it. Sometimes I found a backpack can be like a little too much. I haven't really found a riding backpack. That's a fly. Get away, dude. I haven't really found a backpack that's like small enough to where it's not sitting kind of funny on me. So yeah, a backpack can be a little too much sometimes, but this seems to fit everything that I need so far. Got my hat in there, my gloves, battery, charger, extra batteries, all the things that I put in my wallet normally. So that to me has been the best so far. Okay, so now we have our checklist. We know what we're gonna bring with us so we're not distracted by anything we might have forgotten. So what about our route? For me personally, on my Rebel 300, I really don't want to take this bike on the highway. The roads around where I live, people do not care about other cars, not to mention bikers. We live exceptionally close to a place where the next exit is taking people to the beach, and especially around summer, traffic is vicious. So it's really important that I plan my route and I look at what time traffic is going to be its worst and its best, as well as planning routes that I know will take me longer because I'm avoiding the highway. So where can I take a break? Where's a good place to pull over? At what point will I feel a little tired or maybe lose a little focus and I need to pull over and kind of mentally reset? I personally like to plan my route because I am directionally challenged, so it gives me peace of mind to just have my phone on my quad lock and have the directions up even if I know the way. I'll actually often go as far as to put my maps into satellite mode so I can actually see what the road looks like. So my last route that I took, my solo adventure to that women's car meet, I put it in satellite mode and I could see that at some point I was going to go through what looked like an industrial park. And I happened to mention that to Birch and he made a good point. Watch for debris, watch for nails, watch for things in the road. So I'd really recommend as a new rider to really seriously look at your route and look at the places that you're going to be going through for those potential hazards and those things that you just might not have encountered before. And it could be really small things, remember. As new riders, speed bumps are very exciting, potholes are a whole new world, and let's not even talk about gravel in the middle of the road. So make a checklist and plan your route, even if you know where you're going. And one more thing on that note is something that I found a lot of comfort in was having someone on call. Someone that could either come and get me if I got myself into trouble and I was too far away and I wasn't gonna make it home safely, or just someone who I could actually physically call and say, hey, I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. Can you talk me through this and let me know what I need to do? So having someone on call was really helpful in the process of just bringing my mental state down, knowing that I had a backup plan, I had a safety net, just in case. The fifth and final thing I do as a new rider during every single ride is to think about what I'm learning. What am I doing really, really well this ride that maybe I wasn't doing well last time? What can I improve on? What am I doing completely wrong? And if there are things you feel like might need a little work, it's time to take yourself right back where you started. Get to a parking lot and practice those things there. For me right now, my foot position on my pegs is completely wrong. It's kind of embarrassing, but it's one of those things that as a new rider, I just didn't know. So currently, I have literally been riding with my feet hovering. Just hovering right here. I've not had them off to the side, and I should be able to just pop up right here. Pop up, over. I have had knee pain from hovering the entire time I'm riding, and it's just one of those things I didn't know I could improve on. Now, I have tried multiple times to do this during a ride, and it feels really unsafe. So my plan is to go back to the parking lot, do some circles, and shift. Just shift back and forth with my feet in the right position. So in conclusion, the 5 top things to think about before you get on the road and consider yourself road ready are your mental headspace, how you're feeling physically, are you feeling organized, did you plan a route, and to always keep learning as you ride. So hopefully this brings you some comfort for your next adventure and your next step into becoming road ready. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
It's so beautiful. Where we live is so beautiful. We're so blessed. We're so blessed.